going to talk to all of the fights individually. We're live on TNT Sports from 6 o'clock on Saturday night. And just another note, when we do these Magnificent Seven shows, when Queensberry, when Frank Warren announced these shows, you know something special is going to come. You know something special can happen to the fighters involved. Nick Ball, for example, just a couple of Magnificent Sevens ago, he had a fight. 2 fights later, he became a world champion. So these are the kind of high stakes that we're talking about here. So the main event was scheduled to be Liam Davis. He was going to be co-main event against Shabazz Massoud. Unfortunately, that fight is no longer happening. Shabazz Massoud will be on the show on the prelim part on Saturday night, and we're going to get Liam Davis to commentate over that, which should be fun. But out of that, Zach Parker has got the call up. He's got the opportunity, and he takes on Jack Arnfield on Saturday night. We've got no Jack Arnfield here, but we do have Zach Parker right in front of me. And Zach, we've seen you on a Magnificent Seven show as well. It was against Tyrone Zoiger. Feels like you've got a point to prove heading into Saturday.
Yeah, definitely, Dev. Obviously, went my best performance on that last fight. Obviously, the weight didn't help. I came in at 12 stone. He came in at like 12.6. So yeah, looking to put on a good performance against a game opponent in Jack. So should be a good make out for a good fight. He's looking to take my spot. So yeah, I've got to be on my A game and put on a big performance.
I've been watching a few interviews of Jack Arnfield. It's a shame he's not here today because I think he would have had a few things to say. But he is very game. He believes that he can take your spot. He's targeting weaknesses that he's seen in you. So he fancies it, Zach.
Yeah, definitely. All these fighters fancy it. You've got to be on your A game with all of them. They obviously want to take your spot and be on these big cards. So yeah, I've got to do my best and put in the best performance what I can. Obviously, my best beats his best. So yeah, should be make out for a good fight if he's coming and bringing it. So yeah, should make out for a good fight.
You're at light heavyweight for this fight as well. Is that a move going forward now?
Yeah, there's a lot of big names at light heavy. Obviously, the likes of Willie Hutchison, Boatsy, Yard. All the belts are holding up at the minute at super middle because of Canelo. So yeah, I just want to get these big fights out there. Obviously, a lot of the British lads, a couple of them with Queensberry. So yeah, it's a no-brainer really.
Okay, best of luck to you on Saturday night, Zach Parker. Let's move on to it's another rematch actually on Saturday night. It's a rematch we weren't expecting, but it's a rematch which has arrived now for the English Heavyweight Championship. Now, Sol Dacres was scheduled to fight David Adelaide, who unfortunately is pulled out with injury, but Michael Webster has now got the fight, and it's a rematch of their fight on another Magnificent Seven show. And Sol Dacres, I think you'll be the first to tell us it was probably a trickier night than you anticipated against Michael Webster the first time. What's going to happen this time?
Yeah, I think this is a more tricky fight. He's probably a better boxer, Webster. Obviously, last time we both got it late notice. I wasn't in the best shape. I was overweight, undertrained. Late notice. But now I've been training properly like I usually do. My conditioning's there. I'm going to be much sharper. Adelaide's pulled out again. This is like the third. I think we've had 3 dates for this fight. 3 press conferences I've been to. I've never seen him once in 6 months. So dubious signs really as whether he's going to take that fight anyway. But we've got Webster again, and it's probably better for me that I get to put my last performance to bed and show the level that I'm at, and put myself back in the level where I know how good I am and show how good I am in this one.
And when it comes to Michael Webster, that first fight, was that about what you didn't do, or was it about what he did? How do you reflect on it?
Yeah, a bit about I wasn't fit for a 10-round title fight. It was just 2 weeks' notice. I just signed with Frank, and I just took the opportunity. But now I'm properly conditioned for 10 rounds. I won't be holding back, thinking I don't know if I'm fit or questioning yourself in training. Now I know I've had the proper camp, and I'm gonna have much more confidence. I know I can let my hands go for 10 rounds. I'm very fit now, and back in the position I usually am when I'm conditioned and ready to fight.
And you mentioned David Adelaide. Of course, it was meant to be David Adelaide. You've sat here at a few press conferences now where I've anticipated you two going back and forth, but it's just been you going forth, essentially. Well, how disappointing was it when you got the news that he wasn't going to be able to fight you on this date?
Yeah, it's very disappointing because I think it was a good fight, a good fight for my profile and putting me, a few more eyes on me and putting a good performance and putting myself a bit more on the map now. And you know what I mean? Because I know I've got the ability, but just getting those sort of names on my record. So it's disappointing, but I've just got a full focus. I'm still boxing this weekend and I've just got to focus on myself performing.
So we'll see the true Sol Dacres on Saturday?
Say that again, sorry.
We will see the true Sol Dacres on Saturday?
Yeah, definitely. I'm trimmed. I've trimmed up. I'm lean. I'm fit. I'm fast. Everything. So I'm ready to go Saturday.
Okay, best of luck to you. English Heavyweight Championship on the line. Sol Dacres, Michael Webster. Two rematches on this brilliant show. Let's go to the light heavyweight division. We've got unbeaten Ezra Taylor taking on Carlos Alberto Lamela. The vacant WBC International Light Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Let's start with Carlos Alberto Lamela. Carlos, great to see you. Why is this the right fight for you? I understand your English is good, by the way. I've been looking at your Instagram,
Yes.
and you
It's not my language, but I can understand and I can speak a little. I tried.
So tell us about this fight. This is the man that you are fighting here. What do you think?
No, first of all, I am really grateful for being here. For me, it's a big opportunity, and I really like how do you live boxing in this city. It's a nice place, and for me, it's an opportunity to fight Ezra. I saw his fight. I saw what he have, and I come here to do my job, and my job is one fight.
Do you think he has anything that you should be worried about?
No, we are men. We are two men in the ring, and you have to fight. I see like that. It's probably he has his skill, I have mine. He have his dreams, I have mine. It's about that.
How do you think the fight's going to go? What do you think is going to happen in there?
I don't make a prediction about the fight. I only think he liked the distance, and I have other ideas, other options for the fight. I don't like the distance, but he liked the distance. Maybe will be like a really interesting fight. Different style, different way to understand the boxing.
Okay, well let's speak to your opponent. Let's bring in Ezra Taylor. Looking fly with the sunglasses on. Feeling yourself today, Ezra. You're part of the main Magnificent Seven show this time. You were prelims last time, and that's your man there. You've heard from him. Tell us how you're feeling about this fight.
Thank you, Dev. I'm always feeling myself, man. I'm a confident guy. Saturday you'll see it. Big up Lamela for taking the fight. I'm happy, and thank you for everyone involved that I'm able to fight for the WBC International, man. Funny story. I actually had that belt as my screensaver last year, and the way God's timing is, look, I'm here, I'm fighting for it on a great card. There's some great boxers alongside of me as well, and I'm just excited, man. You can tell by the smile on my face. This is what I love to do. I love boxing. I love fighting, and yes, Saturday I get to earn my stripes.
And it's a good belt. And I didn't realise you had it as your phone background, but it is a good belt. It was Willie Hutchinson's belt, and we've seen what Willie Hutchinson has gone on to do. So you pick this one up, it could really mean something, Ezra.
It means something. It doesn't matter about anyone else, but it means something to me anyway, because I've always been saying it from the start that I want to become world champion. I'm going to become world champion. This is a stepping stone. The WBC is a prestigious belt. I feel like it's probably the best belt within the boxing fraternity, and I'm kind of just getting into that pathway, So greatness only can come from this. And Saturday, I've worked real hard. I've done everything I need to and more. I've got no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be victorious by God's grace. I know my opponent's going to try to do everything in his power. And again, I respect every fighter, but I just know what I'm here to do, what I've been born and built to do. And then Saturday, man, it's my time to be victorious in the best way possible.
Just a final one, Ezra. Zach Parker next to you is now moving up to light heavyweight for this fight. Certainly, it looks like as well. I noticed a little bit of side eye that you gave him as we talked about the weight. Have I misinterpreted that? What's going on there?
Obviously, if anyone's talking about moving to light heavyweight, you're going to be on my radar regardless. Again, I respect Zach Parker. He's done what he's done at super middleweight, But light heavyweight's a different ball game. But again, on paper, he's got much more experience than me. We'll see what he's gonna do. I'm just focused on what I need to do anyway. Again, I'm fighting for a great belt. I'm doing what I need to do. He's from Derby. I'm from Nottingham. We're pretty close. Who knows, man? Who knows what could happen in the future? I just know that I'm gonna be a champion in my own right. And if he's trying to step in the way of that, then you already know what's gonna happen with that.
Zach, I don't know if you want to respond.
He's just going to say what he's going to say, isn't he? Obviously, he's a good fighter. He's just coming up. I'm looking for bigger things. I've been at this bigger level, and yeah, I feel like you just stirred the pot, Dev. To be fair,
Me? Thank you, Ezra. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Carlos, as well. Brilliant fight on Saturday night, WBC International Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. Okay, let's go to a welter belter. The WBO European and English Welterweight Championship on the line. Owen Cooper making the first defence of those titles against Eko Essuman. Eko, so often, and I'll come to you first, so often you are the champion. You are the man defending belts. How's this camp been, being a challenger, heading into a fight with Owen Cooper?
Yeah, thanks for having me once again, everyone. And this camp's been good. You know, as a hunter, you get to sharpen your tools, and mine are razor sharp. And I've got all that experience to know how to use them, when to use them, and do it with a smile.
Are you surprised that Owen's taking this fight?
Well, if it was pitched to him and he had to, then he would take it. To be honest, everyone's going to go for their opportunities. People probably thought there was blood in the water after the last match, but that's to their own detriment, really.
And Owen, I'll bring you in here. It's the first time that you are fighting as a champion, where you are defending belts here. You've seen Eko Essuman there. He doesn't seem to be, he seems ready to go. What are your thoughts heading into this?
Yeah, of course. You know, he's always going to be ready to go. He's a great fighter. I don't expect anything else. But yeah, I've really grafted this one. And yeah, I also can't wait to go. So it's going to make for a great fight either way.
No, at the launch press conference, Owen, you mentioned that you feel like you're better than Eko Essuman in every department. Is there anything in particular where you feel you really, really sort of leave him for dead?
Not really. No, I'm just being honest. I just think I'm that bit better, that bit sharper in every department. He's good at everything. But I just feel like I'm that bit better in every single department, and I stick by that.
Is this about timing, Owen? Do you feel like you're getting the engine at the right time? Too many miles on the clock of the engine? What do you think?
Yeah, you could say so. You know, he's had his time now. He's been at that top level, but I just really believe now it's my time. And yeah, taking a fight against someone like Eko, I feel like a lot of people probably would turn it down, even though he's coming off the back of a loss. I feel like that makes him an even more dangerous fighter because obviously he's not going to want to lose again. But yeah, I feel like that works into my hands, and yeah, I am really looking forward to it.
Any response there, Eko? We're talking about perhaps it's about timing. What do you think?
I'm very hungry for this fight. I'm ready for the hunt. I'm too experienced, too fast, too strong, too elusive. And when that experience kicks in, it's a different ball game. This will be the 6th belt that I'm going to be winning in these championships fights. And I've done it before. And I know the pressure he's going through. The first title defense, a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's been amped up, training super hard and whatnot, but he's not experienced it yet.
Do you have a message for Owen Cooper?
Enjoy the experience whilst you can.
Final word to you, Owen.
Just all the best on the night, and the best man will win.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. WBO European and English Welterweight Championships on the line. Brilliant fight there, Owen Cooper against Eko Essuman. Let's go to the British and Commonwealth Bantamweight Championships. We're going to speak to the top table now. We've got Ash Lane, who is defending his crown. He's currently reading The Secret up there at this top table with the secret to one side and the belts to the other. Hopefully he will engage in some chat. I think he'll be brought in when I speak to Andrew Cain. Andrew, for you, it's a big moment in your career. You've been crying out for title shots. Firstly, I just want to get your thoughts on Ash Lane down the other end of the table, just having a little read of The Secret.
Yeah, Ash Lane, I don't really know much about him. I've got respect for him as a fighter, but on Saturday night, it's not about respect. It's about me coming to wear the feather and take the belt back home to Liverpool with me.
You wasn't there at the launch press conference, Ash Lane. You said at the time you think, oh, maybe he's hiding, he doesn't want to see you, kind of thing. But now that you can see him and he's not looking back at you, what do you make of him?
Man, I don't know. I was only joking. You know, he's a fighter and he's going to be up for the fight on Saturday night, and I'm expecting an hard fight. You know, but don't be surprised if a KO him early on as well.
Well, let's bring in the champ, Ash Lane. If I can bring you away from the book briefly.
Were you reading the
mate.
Bible?
I was in the middle of a chapter last night. I had to finish it.
Big moment, right? You are defending those belts, and we can get back to the book afterwards. But big moment, you're defending those belts against a man who clearly is looking to come and take your head off. Tell us what's going through your head.
Yeah, he's a ferocious puncher, isn't he? Andrew Cain. He's got power in both hands, got fast feet, decent head movement. Can't knock out where you don't hit. So, I'm looking forward to a very good fight on Saturday. He's a respectful lad. I'm a respectful lad. But at the end of the day, only one of us will come out the ring standing.
Have you visualised how this fight's going to go? Because that book's a lot about manifesting and things like that, right? So
Yeah.
What's going to happen on Saturday in your head?
I get my hands raised. That's it. It's no shame to Andrew Cain. How the fight's going to go. I respect the lad, and he's a good fighter, and he'll go very far in boxing. But it's just my time, and I've visualised this over and over again 100 times. And what will happen will happen. I'll win on Saturday night.
And Andrew, for you, is this about when you land clean? Is that how you're seeing it?
No, I've got everything in there. I can box, I can move. I can do it all. But I've definitely got a big punch, and you'll find that out on Saturday night. He's going to be sitting on his ass.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, can't wait.
On the chin.
I'm right on the chin.
Take it. Have it.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Chance.
I look forward to it.
You haven't been hit by no one like me ever.
Huh?
You heard.
I didn't hear.
Yeah, you'll see on Saturday.
Saturday, I got two fists.
Yeah, man, you've got a big old chin as well.
Hey, mate, I'm going to stand in the centre of the ring with you and trade.
Let's see then.
Yeah, let's have it.
see.
I look
Fine.
forward to it.
Yeah, same.
Proper.
And belts are coming back to ours.
Nah, you see
Yeah.
it there, so you never touching it, mate.
They're coming to ours.
Mine.
Lad. Keep them clean for me, yeah?
Huh?
Yeah, man. Don't be wearing them.
Wearing up.
Keep them.
Ain't touching
keep
them
in,
with mine.
Keep them in the box.
Keep it,
I want them to
mate.
smell of you.
They're
and
out
bring
the
them to
box
ours.
already. They're already here. They're out the
Yeah.
box. No point putting them back in the box. You're going back home to my
Sam,
wardrobe.
You'll be asleep on Saturday, you lad.
I'm laughing
We'll
because
see.
it's funny. Like, you're talking shit.
Won't be funny on
Ain't
Saturday.
happening.
Won't be funny on Saturday.
Mhm.
Ash,
Okay.
you must laugh at the odds, right? The odds come in. I think you're like, I've seen 9-1,
Man,
underdog last time.
The odds
underdog-
are hilarious. I always laugh at the odds. I mean, like, look at who I've boxed, I've boxed world champions, European champions, Commonwealth champions. I've boxed at the weights above. I've boxed Olympians. My last two fights, I beat an undefeated champion. We have this backyard, dropped him 3 times. I then just beat Chris Borg, who's meant to be like one of the up-and-comers. The odds were the same in that fight. I didn't give a shit about the odds. Fuck the odds.
I ain't
You
no
know-
Chris Borg, me, lad. You'll find that.
I know you know Chris Borg.
Yeah.
I know you know Chris Borg.
Listen and respect you, lad. It is what it is. It's unfortunate that I've got to come and take the stuff away from you that you've just now earned late on in your career, but it is what it is. You're going to be going to sleep on Saturday, and that's no more said.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for you, but you ain't winning Saturday.
Yeah, man. We'll see.
Fantastic stuff.
Yeah,
Thank
if you want to make some money, put some dough on me to win Saturday night.
Great stuff. Ash Lane, Andrew Cain, Saturday night British and Commonwealth Bantamweight Championships. What is the secret? We will find out on Saturday who comes away with those titles. 2 very confident fighters. Let's move to the Queensberry debut of, very simply, one of the best fighters in the world in Chantelle Cameron, challenging for the vacant WBC Interim World Super Lightweight Championship. She takes on LM McCalled. It's a big moment. It's a TNT Sports Queensberry debut for Chantelle, but LM McCalled is a very good fighter, only lost in very good company. And I'll start with you, LM. This is your first fight in the UK. This is a very tough opponent. What do you think about this fight? What is your feeling?
Firstly, thank you for this opportunity. It is a big opportunity for me, and I have to accept this because I'm waiting a long time for that. And I think, and I'm sure I'm going to be a great fight.
And what do you think of Chantelle?
Chantelle, I respect her a lot because she's one of the best female fighters in the world, and I will prove I'm better than her.
What do you do better than her?
Thanks to my strategy, I have a great strategy for this fight.
And how much will it mean for you to win this for France as well? I know you're very proudly representing France.
Yes, I'm very proud of me because maybe I am the first French female fighter to do this in the UK. I'm so happy to be here.
Okay, thank you. Let's bring in Chantelle. Chantelle, great to see you again, and this time it's before an actual fight is going to happen. Now, just hours away from your Queensberry, your TNT Sports debut, you must just be itching and raring to go, right?
Yeah, I'm so excited finally making my Queensberry and TNT debut. Feels like it was just around the corner, and now here I am. So can't wait and put on a massive performance, show everyone that I'm bouncing back from a loss, but I'm still the best 140-pounder, and I'm coming for them belts and putting the division on standby because I'm going to be standing on everyone's toes again.
Not an easy first kind of fight with us, though. LM McCalled sounds very confident.
Yeah.
You know, she's been a champion in her own right in the past as well. It's a very, very tough fight.
Yeah, of course, but I was undisputed world champion, so I wouldn't want an easy fight. And if I took an easy fight, then I'd be cheating everyone, really, be cheating myself, cheating my team, cheating the people that are buying tickets. So I want a tough fight, and I come out the best in tough fights as well. My last 2 fights in Dublin with Katie Taylor, one of the best female boxers there is. So for me, it's just got to do what I do best, and I'm going to come out a winner and back on to winning ways.
First fight with your new team as well, in terms of training team. Have you got some new tricks to show us?
Yeah, plenty.
Do you feel like there's kind of months of frustration that essentially you're going to take out on LM McCalled here?
100%. I think since November it has been very hard. It's been like coming, going, and will I get this fight? Will I get that fight? And I asked for McCalled, and because I knew it would be a good fight, and I feel like I got a lot of frustration built up, and I just can't wait to let my hands go and cause some pain.
So what is the mission statement then on Saturday night for Chantelle Cameron?
Gonna scare everybody in the 140 division and let everyone know that the best is now coming.
Okay, we look forward to it. Thank you very much, Chantelle. Thank you, LM McCalled, as well. Brilliant fight, WBC Interim Super Lightweight Championship on the line. Well, let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about really a fight of the year contender already. And if the rematch is half as good as the first fight, then we're in for yet another thriller. Brad Pauls, Nathan Heaney, or Nathan Heaney, Brad Pauls. I guess you probably think it should be Brad Pauls, Nathan Heaney too. But listen, let's talk about it, Brad. I mean, for you, is this the chance to right a wrong?
Yeah, I wouldn't say like a robbery or anything like that. Like I said previously, maybe slightly unjust, but I'm just really grateful I get another chance. It seemed like the right thing to do, and I've got to respect Nathan and his team for getting the rematch on. And I think because the people enjoyed the first fight so much is why we're getting a second. So yeah, another entertaining one on Saturday night.
Nathan, let me bring you in here straight away. You are the defending champion again. That British title will be on the line. Do you think the first fight was close?
No, I don't. To be honest, the first 7 rounds, the issue that I even had in the first fight was the first 7 rounds were easy. Like easy. You won one round out the first 7. And a bit with a bit of comfort and a bit of complacency. And I switched off, and that allowed him to catch me in round 8. Obviously, I still finished the round strong in round 8, and I had a great round 9. And then obviously he caught me in 11. It's just one of them. But the fight wasn't like, when he says he won the fight, I just don't know how he can even. It's amazing that it was a draw, to be honest. But like, it was a competitive fight. I still won the fight by 2 or 3 rounds. So it's still competitive and close. But I didn't agree with it being a draw at all.
Did he surprise you in the first fight?
You see, when I said it was easy in the first 7 rounds, that's not being disrespectful to him. The fact of the matter is, when I boxed Denzel Bentley, that was also easy after the first 7 rounds. But the difference between those 2 fights was, I knew Denzel Bentley could take me out at any moment if I switched off for a second. And I didn't believe that Brad could do that, to be honest. And I still don't, because he couldn't take me out. But yeah, like I say, the complacency allowed him to at least use one of the attributes that he's got, which he is a strong lad. So yeah, my mistake.
Brad, any response? It was Nathan said that he feels it was easy the first 7 rounds or so.
Yeah, that's boxing. It's subjective. It's your opinion. He can feel one way, I can feel another. Everyone else who watch can feel a completely different way. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. It doesn't change anything. What happens, and yeah, we'll do it again Saturday night.
What did you learn from the first fight, Brad?
Yeah, first 12 rounder, so it was good to tick that off. Getting used to the bigger stage. Obviously, I've come from small hall, so it's just getting a bit more familiar with the lights and all this sort of stuff, which, yeah, a bit more comfortable. And yeah, ticking that box over the 12 rounds, and I feel like I'll improve from that. The experience will help going forward. The same, but better on Saturday.
What did you learn about Nathan Heaney?
Not a lot that I didn't already know. Like, I respected him. I know he's a good boxer. He's got good engine. He's got good movement. I've learned he can dig deep and get through it when it gets tough. And yeah, I learned that our styles can gel for an entertaining fight. So yeah, I look forward to Saturday.
Do you think you can hurt him on Saturday?
Yes. Yeah, I did before. Do it again.
Nathan, you kind of response there. I mean, you've talked about how you found the first 7 rounds easy, but I guess you've got to do better this time round to get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like, at the end of the day, anyone can hurt anyone in this game. I mean, bloody hell, Sergio Bomber once caught me, and my ears were ringing for about 4 rounds. And that Argentinian lad that put me on my ass, anyone can put you down or hurt you. But it's just the fact of the matter is, yeah, you just got to make sure that doesn't happen. But there's so much more that goes into a rematch. I've been here before in rematches. Brad's never had a rematch before, and at least I'm not aware of. And so many different things, like, did everything go perfect the first time for the opponents, and this time is it vice versa? Because he's a puncher. In the build, you never know. They could have hand injuries, pick up illnesses. They could get dropped in sparring, or any of them. Do you know what I mean? Anything that could affect them in terms of where they're so confident in the first fight. And to be honest, he's very confident in the last press conference we had. He was almost like a smug, arrogant smile on his face. I could see it to him. He feels it's easy. And I could see it. But that's only switched me on. No different than like I was with Denzel Bentley.
Smug, arrogant smile, Brad?
First for me. Yeah, if that's what he thinks. Yeah, just sweet. I know you're trying to stir it up, Dev, but yeah.
I didn't call you smug and arrogant.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I suppose that's a first for me. Yeah, I don't really see myself that way, but if that's what Nathan thinks, so be it. It's not personal for me. I just want his belts. It's never personal. You've got to back yourself in boxing. You've got to be confident, or else you're not going to be up here. So I suppose that's what you've got to be. So yeah, it is what it is.
History for Cornwall as well. Should you come away with it, I know how much that means to you. I think it's been 85 years of hurt.
Yeah, since 1939, there's been no British champion from Cornwall. So it's more than myself. It's bigger than myself. I want to do it for my county. It'd be amazing for them, and to bring that belt back to little old Nuki would be crazy.
And Nathan, once again, we're in this position where the big fight at the football stadium is kind of promised within touching distance. It keeps happening, but you need to come through Brad Paul's.
Listen, I've done everything asked of me all the way through. Even like every fight that I've boxed, I've beat them. Obviously, granted, the last fight's a bit thingy, but still, even like before the Denzel Bentley fight, that was the coming of age moments, and I beat Denzel Bentley, and so every fight I've got to keep going and keep winning to get to that. Obviously, that's my dream, to fight there, and it's just, and my Stokies have backed me all the way in thousands every single fight, all the way. And like I said about history, there should be at least 500 of them coming up from Cornwall. There's got to be minimum, because the amount of comments and the amount of messages I've received from him saying, "Oh, he's going to do this to you, he's going to do that. Oh, you won this fight, Brad. You won." It's only a formality that he's going to become the British champion. So there should be at least 500 of them coming.
I've only got 200.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why they're not turning up. It should be a formality. They should all be coming up here to witness history, but they're not. They're not. So it's just one of them. My guys there all the way, and they back me all the way. Believe me. Believe me. If we were announcing Saudi now, there'd be 1,000 that want to go over there. Because they say when we did that little video the other day with Queensberry Promotions, and he said, describe your opponents in one word, and you said popular. I took that as a slight dig. I am popular, but yeah, I know the score, mate, and it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah. Great.
Okay, Brad. Let me get your. You don't really want to bite back at Nathan, but I'm sure you have an idea as to how this fight is going to go in your head. Play it out for us when that first bell rings. What do you think is going to happen?
I think the stars will gel again. I think it will be entertaining again. I think Nathan's going to come better than last time. I plan on doing the same. I think the crowd's in for another Fight of the Year contender. I'll give my absolute everything like last time. The same but better. And just whatever it takes, by any means necessary. I think the crowd will enjoy this one.
Just a final one for you, actually, Brad. I've seen an interview where you talked about how you do want to have a word with the ref beforehand, gum shields, holding, things like that. Is that on your mind?
I'll leave that to Terry. If he has issues, he'll leave it with the ref. I just fight. I don't worry about the other stuff. It's just about the fight. My absolute best every time.
Nathan, final words to yourself. Tell us about how this fight's going to go on Saturday. Of course, Brad, as confident as ever.
Yeah, he's like I say, he obviously got me well in the last fight, so he believes he can do the exact same again. So he might just come blazing. We just got to see what happens, haven't we? But yeah, we're ready for every eventuality in the fight, and obviously for me to retain the British title again.